Yeah. Clint, to me, they look like the number one team in America. Because, granted, to the haven't been tested argument, they haven't been. Right? Everybody's week one game. It was Notre Dame. It was highly competitive. It was a fun one to watch. Arkansas State, Toledo, Wisconsin. We know what's going on there. Rutgers, Michigan State has fallen off since they got rolled by UW out on the West Coast. Like, we haven't really seen it. And if you look at them now, they're only going to have, out of the remaining games, 2 ranked teams. Penn State and, of course, the team up north, right, with Michigan.
Right.
Like, it's going to be a funky year in that. Like, because I think when we don't see the tests, we just default to what it's been. So what does your eye tell you, Clint, as you watch them?
I think when you talk about the number one team in the country, it's a 2-horse race, and it's Ohio State and Georgia. Look, I mean, I think Georgia played a couple of games neck and neck. Like I said last week, I can't hold the Missouri game against Georgia no more than I can hold the Notre Dame game against Ohio State or the Texas game against Alabama. So they've all had they've all had that scare, right? The fact of the matter is, I think when you play a 12-game season, everybody's going to have it. And the good teams, the great teams, the championship caliber teams, they find a way to win with or without their starting quarterback and with or without their A game. They find a way to win and we move on. And so they all 3 of those football teams have done that. And so I really look down to the eye test. I don't think Alabama's in the same category with Georgia or Ohio State, if I'm being completely honest. I do believe that Ohio State, from an eye test perspective, is the most explosive offense in college football. And truth of the matter is, they're going to get better when they get Njigba Smith back, right? Or is it Smith and Jigba? Which way is it?
Yeah.
Smith and Jigba. You know, you got it. One where I'm somewhat dyslexic. You know what I mean? But they're the most explosive offense. But I'm going to be honest with you. I can't put the 49-3 Oregon out of my mind, right? I can't put for Georgia to go in there and dominate a team that's right now was number 11 last week. Are they number 10? Are they in the top 10 this week in Oregon?
No, they're 12, right below UCLA.
They're 12, yeah. Right? So I mean, that to me, that's the marquee game of the big boys that we're talking about, the 5 or 6 schools every week that we're talking about. These are the ones that could be in the college football playoff. The first like resume type win is Georgia 49, Oregon 3. And the more Oregon hangs around, the more true that's going to be. So I got Georgia 1, Ohio State 2. And I tell you what, you could, before this show's over, you could probably talk me into flipping them.
We're dropping our merch.
We got to start calling Underwood Daddy Brad.
But I'm a big odd guy.
Breaking news. The Field of 68 has an online store, and it's your one-stop shop for the latest and greatest merch in college basketball and college football. You can find shirts to support your favorite team, make fun of your rival team, or boast Field of 68 catchphrases like Daddy Brad, Cussin' and Discussin', and the Star Heels. Go to www.fieldof68.shop today and enter promo code TOUCHDOWN for 20% off at checkout.